Okay. Good morning, all. Last time we have discussed about vector paradigm theorem. In that case, we have proven how to find resultant vector of two vectors which are acting at a certain point. No, suppose there are two vectors. There are two coplanar vectors. There are two coplanar vectors acting at a certain point. Suppose this is P and this is Q. If we want to find the resultant vector of these two vectors, then we have to construct a parallelogram. We have to assign these two forces as two adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Okay, then we have to construct the parallelogram. Once you construct the parallelogram, you know these two sides are parallel and equal in the length. No, parallel to each other and equal in the length, as they are the opposite sides of the parallelogram. Okay, therefore this vector is an equal vector to Q. Therefore I can consider this side as Q vector. Then suppose this A, B, C, D. Then you can clearly see this is the starting point of vector P, and this is the end point of the vector P, and as well as this is the starting point of vector Q. No, this is the starting point of vector Q. Now you can clearly see the end point of the first vector is overlap with the starting point of the second vector. Okay. Then there are two free ends. This is the starting point. This is an end point. So if I construct a vector by connecting these 2 points, definitely that vector should be the resultant force, or should be the addition of P and Q. Okay, so that is the resultant vector. Then we can clearly see if there are two forces acting on the same object, acting at the certain point, the resultant force of these vectors, the resultant vector of these vectors are going in between these two vectors. Okay, this can be determined using a parallelogram ABCD. Okay. Okay. So we can actually now we have qualitatively, not quantitatively, qualitatively proven AC diagonal. AC diagonal is shown the resultant force of P and Q. After that, we have quantitated that one. That means we have taken the magnitude of the resultant force. Okay. Actually, we have proven that one according to our summations. We have found that R squared is equal to P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos theta. So that is the magnitude. That is how we determine the magnitude of the resultant force. Okay, this was done. No, this was done. Then not only the magnitude, we should find the direction of the resultant force too. Okay, the direction of the resultant force. And we have proven the tan alpha is equal to Q sine theta over P plus Q cos theta. Theta is the angle between these two. Theta is the angle between these two. Okay. Okay. We have done up to this level. This is the vector parallelogram theorem. Actually, this is the most important theorem in vector lesson because we will have lot of questions, lot of types of questions in vector parallelogram theorem. Therefore, today we are going to discuss some question types of vector parallelogram theorem. Okay. Before that, we can start doing some examples regarding these two equations. Okay. You have to remember these two equations. Those are standard equations, Buddha. Those are standard equations. Therefore, you can apply this equation for any question without proving again. Those are two standard equations. Okay. Okay. I will explain. Okay. Suppose there are two coplanar forces. Suppose there are two coplanar forces acting at a certain object, P and Q. Suppose this is a point object. Suppose this is a point object and angle between them is theta. Okay. As this is a point object, actually those two forces are acting at the point object. Okay. Suppose we need to find the resultant force or the addition of these two forces. Okay. We need to find the addition or maybe we need to get the resultant force of these two forces. Okay. If you want to get the resultant force, then definitely you have to apply the principle of vector addition. No, the principle of vector addition. If you want to add, if you want to use principle of vector addition, then you have to extract the first force. Then you should coincide the endpoint of the first vector with the starting point of the second vector. Then you can connect these two forces and get the resultant force. These two corners and get the resultant vector. That is the procedure, no? But in this case, these two forces are acting at a certain point. That means the starting point of these two vectors are overlap. No? This is the starting point of the Q. This is the starting point of the P also. No? Therefore, we cannot extract one vector and overlap its starting point of the other. Okay, that is a problem, no? Because these two forces are acting at a certain point. This is a point object. Okay, therefore we cannot extract one object, one vector. Okay, therefore we cannot apply the vector addition theorem directly into the system. Directly, okay. Actually, we can apply the vector addition theorem, but we cannot apply that theorem directly to the system. Okay. Therefore, we did some construction. We did some construction. What is the construction? We have constructed a parallelogram using these two forces. You can select these two forces as the adjacent sides of parallelogram and construct a parallelogram. Okay. Suppose these two sides are the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram, then I can construct a parallelogram. No? This is how we construct the parallelogram. Suppose this point A, this point B, C, and D. Once you construct the parallelogram, there's a geometrical relationship between AD and BC, because those AD and BC are two opposite sides of the parallelogram. If they are two opposite sides, definitely the length of AD should be equal to the length of BC. The length are equal. And as well as the direction of AD should be equal to the direction of BC, because they are parallel to each other, no? Therefore, AD vector should be equal to the BC vector, no? Therefore, I can consider the BC vector is equal to Q vector. It is equal to the Q vector. Okay. Actually, I cannot take this vector out, but I have construct an equal vector to this vector. That is the way of determine the resultant force. Okay. Now you can clearly see this is the starting point. This is the starting point of P vector. This is the end point of the P vector. Okay. As well as B is the starting point of the second vector. No, point Q, vector Q. This is the starting point of the second vector as well as the end point of the first vector. Therefore, you can clearly see this end point of the first vector is overlap or is coincide with the starting point of the second vector. That means if you connect this starting point and this end point, you will have the addition of P and Q. The addition of P and Q. No? Use that is the method, or that is the way of applying the vector addition theorem into the system. I have applied the vector addition theorem now. No? Did you understand? No? Did you understand? Then definitely I can say the diagonal AC is equal to the resultant force of P and Q. It is equal to the resultant force of P and Q. Then we have proven the magnitude as well as the direction. To determine the magnitude, we have to apply Pythagoras theorem. Actually, we have done that in previous class. So after applying Pythagoras theorem into the system, we had this equation: R squared is equal P squared plus Q plus 2PQ cos theta. Then suppose the resultant force R makes an angle alpha with the force P. Okay, this alpha is the angle between R and P. P is the P means the horizontal force. Not the horizontal force. Alpha is the angle between P and R. So if it is alpha, if it is angle between P and R, we have proven tan alpha is equal Q sin theta over P plus Q cos theta. Okay, I'm not going to prove this one again. We can use this in the result. Okay. Okay, up to this level we have completed in our previous class. Okay, now we are going to do some examples regarding these equations. You have to apply these equations and find these values. Okay, I will give some examples. Okay. You have to watch the recording, okay? How we construct a right angle? How we construct right angle? I have extend this one up to here and construct a perpendicular to this. Construct a perpendicular to this, okay? Then suppose this one, this point is A, B, C, D, E. So as this is a theta, this one also theta, because they are corresponding angles. Then this length is Q. This length is Q. And this length I can consider BEC right angle triangle. I can consider BEC right angle triangle. From BEC right angle triangle, the hypotenuse is Q. Therefore, this one is Q sin theta. This one is Q cos theta. Okay. This length is Q cos theta and this one is Q sin theta. Then you can consider AEC right angle triangle. AE from AEC right angle triangle. AE is equal P plus Q cos theta. ECE is equal Q sin theta. Okay. Then AC squared should be equal AE squared plus C squared. Okay. A squared plus C squared. That one is proven. Okay. Did you get that? I'm not going to prove that again because it is lengthy one. Okay. This is the way of taking a right angle triangle. Okay. Did you get this one? Okay. This is the way of constructing right angle triangle. There are two right angle triangles. Okay. From the small one, using the small one, I can determine the length of BE and length of CE. Once you determine the length of BE and length of CE, you can apply the Pythagoras theorem to the large one. The length of AE is equal P plus Q cos theta. Length of CE is equal Q sin theta. Okay. Because this is hypotenuse, this is the opposite side. So sin theta is equal opposite side over hypotenuse. Therefore, opposite side is equal hypotenuse into sin theta. This is the adjacent side. If I may take cos theta is equal to the adjacent side over hypotenuse. Therefore, if I multiply if I do cross multiplication, the adjacent side is equal Q into cos theta. That is how I determine BE and CE. Once you determine BE and CE, you can directly apply the Pythagoras theorem. When you apply Pythagoras theorem, you have to remember this relationship. Sin squared theta plus cos squared theta is equal to 1. We have proven that one also in our trigonometry class. When you simplify this one, you will have to use this relationship. Once you use this relationship, you will get this equation. Okay. Okay, let's do these examples. Okay. This is your vector table I will share with you. Let's do the question number 1, part A. Part A. Part A. Okay, I will do first one. Okay, R is 300, Q so P is 300. Okay. Okay. According to the first one, P is 300 Newton, Q is 400 Newton, theta is 90. Theta is 90. You have to apply the equation. That equation is a standard equation. Therefore, you can apply that one directly. You have to find R and alpha. R squared is P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos theta. When you using this equation, actually you have to remember the trigonometric ratios. Okay. Actually, we have discussed in trigonometric lesson how to determine the trigonometric ratios of any angle. Therefore, you have to remember that thing. Okay. Then look at this. Look at this. P squared. P squared means square of this one. Square of this one. That means square of 300 Newton. Square of 400 Newton. Then 2PQ cos 90. Cos 90. So what is the value of cos 90? What is the value of cos 90? What is the value of cos 90? You should remember this one. Value of cos 90. Value of cos 90. Actually, if you want to find the trigonometric values of some integral multiplication of 90, it is very easy, because according to our definition of unit circle, the cos values are equal to the x coordinate of the point on the unit circle. Sin theta is equal to the y coordinates of the point of the point on the unit circle. Okay.
So it's 0 now?
Yes, 0. Right? Take these 4 points. This is 1 0. Cartesian coordinate of this point is 1 0. Cartesian point of point B is 0 1. Cartesian point of this one points is minus 1 0. This one is 0 minus 1. Therefore, any angle related to point A, if you consider any angle related to point A, the x coordinate is equal to 1 and y coordinate is equal to 0. That means any angle related to point A, the cos value is 1, sin value is 0. Any angle related which is related to point B, the x value is 0, y value is 1, because the Cartesian coordinate of point B is 0 1. Look at this. Cartesian coordinate of point C is minus 1 0. Therefore, any angle related to point C, the cos value is minus 1, sin value is 0. Likewise, this is point D. So any angle related to point D, the cos value of any angle related to point D is 0. The sine value of any angle related to point D is -1. Okay. Therefore, suppose so if angle related to point A, you can take some examples. Suppose the angle theta is 0. Theta is 0 means it is related to point A. Then again, theta 360, it is related to point A. Likewise, 90 is related to point B. 90 is related to point B. Then 90 plus 360, 450. 450 is related to point B also. Then suppose this one. This is 180, no? 180 is related to point C. 180 plus 360, 540. Also related to point C. Likewise, you can take any angle related to each and every point. Okay. That is a way of determining sine and cos values as well as tan values. Okay. Therefore, cos 90 is 0. Cos 90 is 0. This one is 0. If it is 0, you don't want to consider that part. Therefore, r squared is equal 300 squared plus 400 squared. That means r is equal 500 Newton. No, 500 Newton. This is Pythagoras triple. No, this is, therefore this is equal to 500 Newton. That means P is something, Q is 400 Newton. P is 300 Newton. R is going somewhere like this. This is alpha. This is alpha. So alpha. Then you can consider tan alpha. Tan alpha. You can directly use the equation. Look. Q sine theta over P plus Q cos theta. Use this equation. I will show you some shortcut methods after that. But you have to remember this equation. Therefore, to remember this equation, apply this equation first. Okay. So do these questions using these two equations, because you need to remember this equation. Okay. Then you can apply some shortcut methods. Okay. Q sine theta. Q sine theta means, Q means this one, 400 sine 90 is equal, P means 300. 300 plus Q cos 90. Q cos 90. You know, now theta is 90, no? Now theta is 90. Therefore, sine 90. What is the value of sine 90? Tell me. What is the value of sine 90? Sine 90 is equal to 1, no? Sine 90 is equal to 1. Sine 90 is equal to 1. Cos 90 is equal to 0. Therefore, this is equal to 1. This is equal to 0. Therefore, my answer would be 400 over 300. This one will be cancelled out. Therefore, tan alpha is equal 4 over 3. That means alpha is equal tan inverse 4 over 3. That is the way of doing this question. Okay. Using this equation. I need to use this equation. Okay. Therefore, use these equations, use these two equations to solve this question, because you want to remember this equation. Okay. Okay, everyone, I need your responses. Did you get this? Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Very good. Okay. Let's do the question part A. Let's do the part A. Let's do the part A and send you answers to me very quickly. Okay. First one, I did the first one for you. There are another 4 questions. Do it within 10 minutes. Do it within 10 minutes and send that to me. Use these equations. Yes. We will have my questions in my exam. Okay. Yes, Puta. Do you have any question? You won't have this kind of question. That means you won't have this kind of very simple questions, because question number A and question number B, actually these questions are based on the equation. You are given this question because you need to remember this equation. That's the reason. Okay. So you are not going to have this kind of questions in A level, but you will have some advanced questions. Okay, have you complete this one? Once you complete question A, please send me your answers. Okay. Shall we start discussing?
Okay, sir.
60, sorry, second one. There are two forces having equal magnitude of 10 Newton, and the angle between these two forces is 60. That is a given question. So we can suppose this is R and this is alpha. Okay. Then R squared is equal to P squared plus Q squared plus P2PQ cos theta. P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos theta. That is our standard equation. You can apply this equation. Then P squared and Q squared are now, those are equal to each other. 10 squared plus 10 squared plus 2. PQ means 10 times 10. 10 times 10, no? Because those two forces are equal to each other and one is equal to 10 Newton. So I can write it is 10 squared and cos 60. Cos 60. So what is the value of cos 60? Tell me.
1 over
1 over
3.
60.
1 over 3.
1 over 3 cos 60. 1 over 3.
Half.
Half. Very good. Half. Right? Half. Cos 60 is half. Therefore, this is 10 squared plus 10 squared plus, put a bracket, okay? 2 times 10 squared plus half. Half to half will be cancelled out. Then there are 3 times 10 squared, no? 3 times 10 squared is equal to R squared. How to take the square root? R is equal to the square root of entire thing. The square root of entire thing. Then you have to take the square root of the entire thing. Then you can take the square root of this one, that is equal to 10, because 10 is square. The square root of 10 is square is equal to 10. You cannot take the square of this one, therefore you can keep it as root 3. Or you can apply the value of root 3, it is equal to 1.71 or something. You can apply that one. Then take the final result. So R is equal to 10 times root 3. 10 times root 3 or 17 plus 1 Newton. Then alpha, tan alpha. Tan alpha. I will do it here. Tan alpha is equal Q sin theta over P plus Q cos theta. Write this equation because you should remember this equation. Therefore, you have to apply this equation again and again to remember this equation. Because when you are doing MCQ questions, you don't want to remember this equation. There are a lot of shortcut methods. I will teach you that one. Okay, but you should remember this equation, Putta, because otherwise there are some questions. You should apply this equation. Therefore, to remember this equation, please write this equation. Once you write this equation, then apply the relevant values. Okay. Q sin theta. Q sin theta means 10 times sin 60. 10 times sin 60 over P. P means 10 times 10 times cos 60. 10 to 10 to 10 to 10 will be cancelled out because both the denominator and numerator have 10. Therefore, you can divide that one. Then sine 60 means root 3 over 2 over, this is 1 plus cos 60 means half. Then this is equal to root 3 over 2 over 1 plus half. 1 plus half means 1.5. That means 3 over 2. 3 over 2. 3 over 2. Therefore, 2 to 2 will be cancelled out. You will have root 3 over 3. Root 3 over 3. Root 3 over 3. What is the answer? What is the answer? It is 1 over root 3, 1 over root 3. Okay, I will explain in one time. Root 3 is root 3 over 3 is equal to the square of root 3, Square of root 3, If you square the root 3, you will have 3. Therefore, 3 is equal to square of root 3. Therefore, 1 root 3 will be cancelled out with 1. Therefore, this is equal to root 3. මෙච්චර මෙහෙම කරන්න එපා හොඳේ. මෙතනින්ම ගන්න පුළුවන් මම මේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න කරේ. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න කරේ මෙච්චර මේ ලොකුවට ලියාගෙන කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. හරිද? ඔයාලට අර හැමෝන්ටම තේරෙන්න එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න ඕන නිසා මම කරේ කොහොමද ගත්තේ කියලා. හරි? හොඳයි. Therefore tan alpha is equal 1 over root 3. Therefore tan alpha is equal 1 over the root 3. That means alpha is equal to, if tan alpha is 1 over root 3, alpha is equal to, because this is a standard value, you know alpha is equal to 30, 30. Tan 30 is equal to 1 over root 3. You should remember these trigonometric ratios. Definitely to solve questions in vectors, definitely you should have trigonometric knowledge. Trigonometric knowledge means once you have angle, you should know the sine, cos, tan value of that angle. You have to remember that one. Okay, not remembering that only. Once you proficient in these questions, you will remember that one in those angles, those values automatically. Okay, therefore you should proficient in this question. Okay, therefore the magnitude of R is 10 times root 3. The angle is 30 Newton. 30 degree. The second one, the third one, 20 Newton, 120 angle. I can write the equation R squared. I will do it here. R squared is equal P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos theta. Here R P is 20 Newton. Therefore, 20 square plus 20 square plus 2 times P and Q means again 20 square. 20 square cos 120. What is the value of cos 120? What is the value of cos 120? What is the value of cos 120? How to find that one? Cos 120 can be written cos 180 minus 60, Cos 120 can be written cos 180 minus 60. Cos 120, so if any trigonometric ratio is combined with 180 or even multiplication of 90. This value doesn't change. Therefore, the magnitude is cos 60. The sign can be determined using the quadrant of this angle. 120 belongs to the second quadrant. Therefore, definitely cost value should be minus. Cost value should be minus. Therefore, cos 120 is equal to minus cos 60. That means minus half. Minus half. Therefore, this one, cos 120 is equal minus half. Minus half. So 2 to 2 will be cancelled out. This is minus 1. So you will have 20 squared plus 20 squared, then minus 20 squared. Minus 20 squared. Then 120 squared minus 20 squared, 120 squared will be cancelled out. This one to this one will be cancelled out. Then r squared is equal to 20 squared. That means r is equal to 20 Newton. R is equal to 20 Newton. Look at this again. This is the equation. Then I substitute the values into this equation. Then I have determined the value of cos 120. Cos 120 is half. Once you apply that one to this equation, you will have minus 20 squared here. Minus 20 squared will be cancelled out with 1 plus 20 squared. Then you will have this one, because r squared is equal to 20 squared. Then take the square root of both sides. R is equal to 20. R is equal to 20. Look at this. If two equal forces are acting at 120 degree, the resultant also equal to the magnitude of one force. Okay. Then tan alpha. Tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal q sin theta over p plus q cos theta. P plus q cos theta. Q means 20. 20 times sin 120 over P means again 20 times 20 cos 120. Cos 120. Times cos 120. You know the value of sin 120. Sin 120 means sin 180 minus 60. That means sin 60. Sin 60. 120 belongs to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sin value is also positive. Therefore, the sin value is positive here. Therefore, sin 120 is equal to the value of sin 60. Sin 60 means root 3 over 2. Therefore, sin 120 is equal to root 3 over 2. 20 times root 3 over 2 over 20 times 20 into half. Put a bracket here. Put a bracket here. Okay. I will do it here. Twenty times root 3 over 2 over 20 plus 20 times minus half. 20 times minus half. 20 times minus half. Put brackets here, okay? Then this will be 10. This will be 10 also. Then 10 times root 3. 10 times root 3 over 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10 means 10. That means tan alpha is equal to root 3. Alpha is 60 degree. Alpha is equal to 60 degree. Okay. Did you get this? Another? I need your response. Go, kattiya. Did you get this one? Everyone? තේරුම් නැද්ද? මං ආයෙ කරන්නද ඉන්න සැරේ?
Okay, sir.
Okay, no? Okay, means did you understand or understood or should I do it again?
Understood, sir.
Okay. Okay, පුතා. Then do the question number 4 and 5. Question number 4 and 5. Question number 4 and 5. Okay. Give me the answer for question number 4. What is the magnitude of resultant force? Tell me. Question number 4. Have you completed that one? Question number 4.
Still doing, sir.
You're still doing, no? Okay. Okay. Shall we check? Look at this. In question number 4, there are two forces. P is 100 Newton. Q is 200 Newton. The angle between them is 135. 135. We are asked to find the resultant force and the angle between the resultant force and force P. Okay. You can apply the same equation. R squared is equal P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos theta. Here P is 100 Newton. So P squared is equal to 100 Newton. 100 squared. Q is 200 Newton. Therefore, Q squared is equal to 200 Newton. 200 squares. Then place a bracket. 2 times P 100. Q is 200. Theta is 135 cos 135. Cos 135. How to find cos 135? It is equal to 180 minus 45. 180 minus 45. That means it is equal to cos 45. Cos 45. Cos 45. But the thing is, 135 belongs to the second quadrant. Therefore, cos 135 should be a minus value. Therefore, this is equal to minus cos 135. Cos 135. Cos 135 is equal cos 180 minus 45. 180 minus 45. If there's a 180 there, then trigonometric ratios won't change. So this is equal to cos 45. Then you should check the sign of this one. How to check the sign? You should check the coordinate of this angle. 135 belongs to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sign values are positive, all the other values are negative. That means cos 135 should be a negative value. It should be a negative value. That is the way of determining the trigonometric value. Okay. So cos 135 means minus 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2 minus. I can apply that one here. 100 squared, 200 squared plus 2 times 100, 200. This is minus 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2. Hurry. Okay, you can clearly see 100 square. 100 square is common for all, no? Because this one is also can be written as 100 times 2. 100 times 2 means this is 100 squared into 2. Okay. This can be written as 200 can be written as 2 times 100. 2 times 100. Therefore, there are 200s. That means 100 square. Okay. Therefore, in this term, within this term, there is a 100 square. There is a 100 square here, and there is a 100 square here. Therefore, the square of 100 is common for every term. Therefore, I can take it out. So R squared is equal 100 squared. If I take it out, this one will be 1 plus 200 square. 200 square means 200 into 200. Look at this. This is equal to 200 into 200. 200 into 200 means 4 times 100 square. No? 4 times 100 square. 4 times 100 square. Okay. Therefore, this is equal to 4 times 100 square. So if I take 100 square out from here, the remaining would be 4. Remaining would be 4. Plus, you can clearly see There is 100 square here, and 2 times 2, 2 times 2, 2 times 2 into minus 1 over root 2. Yeah. Okay. Root 2 to 2 will be cancelled out. There will be root 2 here. Therefore, it is minus root 2. So 100 square is r square is equal to 100 square. This one 5. 5 times. This is minus 2 times root 2. 2 times root 2. Look at this. 2 times root 2 minus 2 times root 2. You have to simplify this one. Otherwise, you cannot do that. In order to simplify, root 2 is 1.4, 1.41. 1.41, you can take it as 1.41 or simply 1.4, because 1.4 means the square is 1.96. No, it is almost 2. 1.4, if I apply 1.4, this is 2.8. 2.8, this is 2.2. Okay, so this is equal 100 times 5 into 1.4. 1.4 means 2.8. So if you subtract 5 minus 2.8, this it is equal 2.2. No, 2.2. So r square is equal 100 square into 2.2. 2.2. Right. So r is equal, then 100 into 2.2 root 2.2. Root 2.2. Root 2.2 means actually this is equal to 1.5 something, 1.5. Because 1.5, if you multiply 1.5, it is equal to 2.25. 2.25. So it is very much closer to 1.5. Therefore, I can apply this as 1.5. Okay, because this is equal to 1.41 or something. Therefore, this is very much closer to 1.50. You can simply, if you want to close very much, is equal to 1.48 or something. You can take it as 1.48 or something. Okay, it is much appropriate. So if I take it as 1.48, the R is equal 14.8 Newton. R is equal 148 Newton. 148 Newton. Okay. That's a little bit mathematical calculation. Okay. තේරුණාද? Did you understood? Did you understand? Did you get this one? The way of simplifying this one. How I simplify this one? තේරුණාද? පොඩ්ඩක් මේවා මේ simplifications තියෙනවා. Simplifications තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අතර mathematical knowledge එකත් එක්ක මේ වැඩි වෙන්න තමයි මම මේක දීලා තියෙන්නේ. මේ දැන් අපි exam එකට ආවොත් එම exam questions අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම exam type questions ගත්තොත් පුතේ simplifications වලට වඩා හිතන්න තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඒ නිසා මුලින් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ mathematical knowledge එක පොඩ්ඩක් වැඩි කරගන්න ඕන. ටටක් ගාලා සුළු කරන්න. ටටක් ගාලා කියන්නේ simplify කරන්න. හරි? හරිද මේක? තේරුණාද මට තව එකෙක් මේ දුන්නේ respond එක? Did you get this simplification? Or if you need any clarification? Do you need any clarification again?
Yes, sir.
අන්න ඒක කියන්නකෝ. Very good. ඒ කියන්නේ clarification එකක් ඕනේ නේද?
Yes, sir. Yeah. If
Yeah.
possible.
Okay. The first thing you should understand how to get the trigonometric ratios of any angle. No, I think you can remember that one. If you want to make it cos 135, you can write it as 90 plus 45 or 180 minus 45. Either way, you can write that one. Okay. I prefer 180 plus 180 minus 180 plus or minus, because if it is go with 180 or 360, that means the integral, so it is an even multiplication of 90. Cos values or sin values or trigonometric ratio won't be changed. Cos will remains as cos, sin remains as sin, tan remains as tan. Okay. Therefore, if I write this one is combined with 180, I can write this one as 180 minus 45. 180 minus 45. Okay. 180 minus 45 means the magnitude is equal to cos 45. Cos 45. The magnitude is equal to cos 45. Then you should decide how to decide the sign. Then you have to determine what is the coordinate of this angle. What is the coordinate of this angle? 135 belongs to the second quadrant. The second one. 135 belongs to the second one. In the first quadrant, all angles are positive. In the second quadrant, only the sine values are positive. The fourth quadrant, tan values are positive. Only the tan values are positive. The third quadrant, fourth quadrant, cos values are positive. Therefore, as this angle belongs to the second quadrant, the cos values are negative. This should be negative. Therefore, cos 135 is equal to minus 1 over root 2. Minus 1 over root 2. Okay. That is the first case. I think this one you can understand. Okay, one by one. This one, can you understand this one? Everyone, I need your response from everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Others? Yes. Okay. Thank you. I think this one can be understood. Then you have to apply the values for the equation. Here, this is my equation. R squared is equal P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos theta. Then you have to apply each and every values into this equation. Okay. R square. Here P square is 100, no? P square is 100. 100 is square. Q square is 200. 200 is square. Then 2 times 100 into 200 cos 135. Cos 135. Then I can write this one. 100 is square. 200 is square. Square of 200. Square of 200 means actually 200 into 200, no. 200 into 200, no. 200 means, that means 4 times 100 into 100, no. Because there are 4 zeros, no. 4 zeros. 4 times 4 zeros. 4 times 4 zeros. 100 into 100. Therefore, I can write it as 4 times 100 is square, no? 4 times 100 is square. Therefore, I can write it as 4 times 100 is square. Plus, look at this. 200 means again 100 times 2. 100 times 2. Therefore, I can write it as 2 times 100 square into 2 cos 135. Cos 135. Okay. Did you get up to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others? What a taggal is it? Alugan tambeyak done. Okay. Then you can see 100 square. 100 square is common for each and every terms. No, there are 3 terms. No? There are 3 terms in this expression. This is 1, this is 2nd, this is the 3rd. For each and every terms, 100 square is a common factor. It's a common factor. So you can take it out. Okay. So if you take it out, R square is equal 100 square. If you take it out, this become 1, this become 4, then this becomes 2 times 2 into cos 135. Cos 135, we have simplified this one. It is equal to minus 1 over root 2. Minus 1 over root 2. Okay. If you simplify root 2 with 2, 2 means I can write 2 is as square of root 2. No? 2 is equal to square of root 2. Can you understand this one?
Yes.
Others? Others? Okay. 2 is equal to square of root 2. Okay. Therefore, this is equal to square of root 2. So if you divide this one by root 2, divide this one by root 2, 1 will be cancelled out. So my answer is root 2. My answer is root 2. Therefore, if you divide 1, 2 by the root 2, your answer would be root 2. Your answer would be root 2. Okay. Therefore, I can write this one is 100. 1 plus 4 is 5. 2 times root 2 minus 1. Minus 1 means this is a multiplication, okay? Multiplication means this is minus 2 times root 2. That's why I asked you to put bracket here. Put bracket here because this is a multiplication. This is a multiplication. You have to multiply this one by minus 1. Okay, this is not a subtraction. This is a multiplication. Multiplication by minus 1. If you multiply this one by minus 1, you will have minus 2 times root 2. Did you get that? There or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others? Okay, thank you. Okay. You can write this one. If you did not get this thing, how I may cancel out this thing. If you did not get this thing, you can simply write this one in a side. Okay. Then look at this. Look at this. Now you have to simplify this one. You have to simplify this one. Then you have to apply the value of root 2. Otherwise, you cannot simplify this one. Okay. Root 2, you know the square of 1.4. Square of 1.4, 14. Square of 14 is equal to 196. No. Square of 14 means it is equal to 196. Actually, it is also almost 200. Almost 200. That means square of 1.4 almost root 2. So I can write it as 1.4 or 1.41 something. Okay. Write this at 1.41. 1.41. If it is 1.41, this is 100 5 into, sorry, 5 minus 2 times 1.41. 1.41. That means 100 5 into 2.22, 2.82, 2.82, 2.82. 100. If you see simplify this one, this is equal to 2.18. No, 2.18. 2.18. Therefore, r squared is equal to 100 square into 2.18. So if you take the square root of both sides, then it becomes 100 into square root of 2.18. 2.18. 2.18. So what is the square of 2.18? I can take it at 1.46 or something. 46 or 48 or something. Okay. Because 1.4. Look at this. බලන්න මගේ ගත්තේ කොහොමද කියලා. බලන්න. 1.4 ගත්තොත් එහෙම එයාගේ 196 නේ ස්ක්වයර් එක. 196 ස්ක්වයර් එක 1.4 ගත්තොත්. So if you take 1.4 squares 196. If you take 1.5, the square 225. 225. මට හොයන්න තියෙන 1.18 වල ස්ක්වයර් එක. Okay. Therefore, it is much closer to 1.5. Much closer to 1.5, no? Therefore, most probably, the square would be more than 1.45, no? 1.45 වඩා වැඩි වෙන්න පැත්තට තමයි තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? So suppose you can simply take it as 1.46 or 47 or something. Okay. It is an approximation. Okay. It is an approximation. මෙහෙම ගත්තා කියලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලකුණු අඩු කරන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ ලකුණු දෙනවා මාක්ස් දෙනවා හරිද මොකද රේන්ජ් එකක් දෙනවා හරිද ඒ නිසා ඒ රේන්ජ් එක ඇතුලේ මාක්ස් දෙනවා හරි එහෙනම් මම මේක 1.47 වගේ ගන්න. So if I take it as 1.47, so my answer would be 147 Newton. Okay. தெரியும்.
தெரியும் sir.
Others? ඕවානේ මම නිකන් මේ ගොළු මොඩකට ගියා වගේ. ඈ? හරි. Okay. ඊළඟට මම ටීච් කරනවා බ්‍රේල් ක්‍රමයට තමයි ටීච් කරන්න ඕනේ. අයි උන්ට කතා කරන්න බෑ. හරි. Okay. You can copy this. හොඳ පොඩ්ඩක් මේක කොපි කරන එක මම අහගන්න පොඩ්ඩක් උතේ. ඊයේ අර ට්‍රිගොනොමෙට්‍රික් ලෙසන් එකක් කරා මේ අලුතෙන් ආව කට්ටියට ඒක සිම්ප්ලිෆයි කියන්නේ බ්‍රීෆ් ලෙසන් එකක් කරේ. එතකොට ඒක කරා යුනිට් සර්කල් එකකන් කරා යුනිට් සර්කල් එක කරේ නැහැ. එතෙක් වෙනකන් තිබ්බ ඒ කියන්නේ බර ලෙසන්ස් ටික කරා. හරිද? ඒක නිසා දැන් කාට හරි වමනාවක් තියෙනවා නම් ට්‍රිගොනොමෙට්‍රික්ස් ලෙසන් එකක් ආයෙත් බලන්න. දැන් අපි අර ට්‍රිගොනොමෙට්‍රි කරේ ක්ලාස් එකක මේ කෑල්ලක් විදියටනේ. හරිද? ඒක නිසා හැම ක්ලාස් එකක්ම ඕගොල්ලන්ට බල බල ඉන්න වෙනවා ටිකක් ඒක අපහසු නිසා. හරිද? මේ අර වීඩියෝ එක මම අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්නම් අද රැට. ඒ වුණොත් ඒක බලන්න පුළුවන් කාට හරි මොනවත් තියෙනවා නම් ට්‍රිගොනොමෙට්‍රි මුල් ටික මම සිංහල මීඩියම් ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් දෙකොල්ලන්ටම හරියන කරේ. ඒක බලන්න ඕන නම් බලන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒ ටික ඒ විදිහට මම ඊළඟ සතිය ආයෙ අස්සරයක් අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න කියලා බැලුවේ ට්‍රිගොනොමෙට්‍රි ඊළඟ ලෙසන් එක. එතකොට ට්‍රිගොනොමෙට්‍රි වල කොටස් ටික මම ලෙසන්ස් දෙකකින් ඉවර කරන්න කියලා බැලුවේ ෆුල් වීඩියෝස් දෙකක්. හරිද? ඒ වීඩියෝස් දෙකේ නෝට්ස් නෑ. ඒ නිසා දැන් අපි ක්ලාස් එකේ කරනවා වගේ නෝට්ස් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා ක්ලාස් එකේ නෝට්ස් තියෙන්න ඕනේ ඒක බලන්න. හරිද? ඊළඟට ඕගොල්ලන්ට එතන එන කට්ටියට මම මේ එහෙම වෙලාවක් දෙන්න මේ මේවා කරන්න. ඒක නිසා ඒක ලෙසන් එකක් විතරයි. ඒක ලෙසන් එකක් විතරයි. ලෙසන්ස් දෙක රෙෆර් කරන්න ඕන. රෙෆර් කරන්න කාට හරි පුළුවන් ඒ ලෙසන්ස් දෙක. හරිද? ඒක නිසා කාට හරි ඉතින් කොහොමවත් වෙන බලන්න. මොකද ට්‍රිගොනොමෙට්‍රි අපි දැන් සිංහල මීඩියම් කට්ටියට ඉවර වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට නෙක්ස්ට් වීක් අපිට ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ ගොඩාක් දුරට කියන්න බෑ. මේ එහෙ වුණාට පස්සේ අපි ආසර පටන් ගන්නවා මැත්ස් වල ඉතිරි ටික. හරිද? මේකද මැත්ස් පැත්ත ඕනි. හරි. හරි මේක ලියා ගන්නකො. Okay. Meanwhile, I can find the angle also. Tan alpha. Tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to sin theta over P plus Q cos theta. Q means 200 sin theta 200 sin 135 100 plus 200 cos 135. 100 will be cancelled out. Therefore, 2 times 1 over. I will explain it. Okay. I will explain it. Write this one. Once you complete writing, please let me know. Once you complete writing, please let me know. Okay. I will use this. Okay. Now I have to find the angle. So Q sin theta over P plus Q cos theta. Q means 200. Therefore, 200 sin 135 over P plus Q cos theta. P is 100. So 100 plus 200 cos 135. So there are 2 zeros, there are 2 zeros, there are 2 zeros. So 20 to 20 to 20 will be cancelled out. Then I will have tan alpha is equal to 2 times sin 135. Sin 135, you can take it in your mind, within your mind. Okay. 135 means 180 minus 45. That means sin 45. Sin 45. This one is equal to sin 45. Then check where's this angle belongs to. It belongs to Q2, quadrant 2. Therefore, the sign values are positives in quadrant 2. Therefore, this is equal to sin 45. The sin 45 means 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2. Okay. 1 over root 2. Then 1 plus 2 times minus 1 over root 2, because it is equal to minus cos 35. So this one will be cancelled out. It is root 2 over, this one is be root 2 1 minus root 2. 1 minus root 2. 1 minus root 2. I can write this one 1.41 1 minus 1.41. Therefore, tan alpha is equal to minus 1.41 over 41. Okay. 1.41 over 41. Sorry, 41, no? Yes, 4. Okay. 41. 3.5 again, 3.5 kilo. And alpha is equal to tan inverse minus 3.5 again something. Minus 3.5. Okay. Why this minus? Why this minus? It is minus because this angle must be a obtuse angle. That means it belongs to quadrant 2, more than 90 degree. Okay, it can be happen, no? Did you understand? Then another. or should I explain it again?
Yeah, sir, got it.
Okay. G.C.E.A, RCA, okay. Okay, the final one. The final one. This is 2,200. This is 400. This one is 60. Theta is 60, no? You can simply draw this diagram, okay? 200, 400, and this is half. Okay, R square. R square is equal to 200 square plus 400 square plus 2 times 200, 400 or 60. Cos 60. Cos 60 is half, no? Cos 60 is half. Therefore, that half to this so will be cancelled out. I will write it again. R square is equal 200 square plus, I can write it as 4 times 200 square, because 400 square is equal to 400 plus 400, no? This is 2 times 200. This is 2 times 200. Therefore, this is equal to 4 times 200 square. Therefore, I can write it as 2 times 200 square plus this one. 2 into, look at this. This is 200 times 2, no? 400 means 200 plus 2. Therefore, I can write it as 2 times 200 square into half. Therefore, half to half will be cancelled out. You can take 200 square out, no? Because 200 square is a common factor for all the terms, no? Look at this. There's a 200 square, there's a 200 square, there's a 200 square too. Therefore, 200 square is a common factor for all the terms. Therefore, you can take it out. If you take it out, this will become 1, this becomes 2, Okay. Look at this. Again, this is 2. Then once you take 200 square out from that term, yeah, there's 2 also. That means this is equal to 200 into 5, no? 200 into 5. 200 square into 5. So if you take the square root of both sides, you will have 200 into root 5. 200 into root 5. Okay. You can keep it as 200 into root 5, or you can simplify by taking the square root of 5. It is not necessary. Then alpha. Tan alpha is equal q sine theta over p plus q cos theta. Q means 400. 400 sine 60 is equal over 200 plus 400 times cos 60. You can do the simplification at once, okay? This is equal to root 3 over 2. Root 3 over 2 means there is a 2 at the denominator. Therefore, that 2 will be cancelled out with 400. Therefore, I can write it as 200 root 3. 200 root 3. Okay. Then this is 200 plus this, 400 into half means 200. Then 200 over 400 means half. So root 3 over 2. Root 3 over 2. Tan alpha. Therefore, alpha is equal tan inverse root 3 over 2. Tan inverse root 3 over 2. Tan वोल्ट root 3 over 2 එකක් නැහැ හොදේ. Sin cos වලට root 3 over 2 තිබ්බට tan වලට නැහැ. Therefore, I cannot decide exact angle. I cannot decide the exact angle. Okay. Then you can write it as alpha is equal tan inverse root 3 over 2. Okay. Did you get this one?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can copy down. You can copy down, and once you copy down, take a small break. Now 10:15. We can start again at 10:30. 10:30. Take a small break, 15 minutes break. Okay. I think my voice is clear, no? Okay, Buddha. We can start after the break. Now, I'm going to explain some special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. You know the vector parallelogram theorem. According to vector parallelogram theorem, the resultant vector r squared is equal to p squared plus q squared plus 2pq cos theta. Okay, this is our basic equation. Now, I'm going to explain some special cases of this vector parallelogram theorem, which can be used especially in MCQs. Okay, therefore, now I'm going to derive some equations. Those equations cannot be used as standard equations, but you can use those things in MCQ questions. Okay, so now we are going to discuss some special cases about vector parallelogram theorem. Okay, here write a topic. Special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. Special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. Write a topic. Special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. Special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. Okay. The first case is when theta equal 0. Theta means the angle between two forces or two vectors. Okay. The special case is when theta is equal to 0. That means if the angle between two forces is 0, what will be my resultant force? Okay. So what is this case? Theta is equal to 0. You know about this. This is P, this is Q, no? So if theta is equal to 0, that means you have to reduce this angle up to 0, no? And 0. So if it is 0, that means both P and Q are directed into the same direction. No? Those two forces will be at in same direction. No? Look at this way. When you reducing theta up to 0, then Q will be in this direction. Okay, then that means if theta is equal to 0, that means both the vectors are directed into the same direction. Okay, now we can apply this value into our equation. Then r squared is equal p squared plus q squared plus 2pq. Now angle is 0. No? If theta is 0 means angle is 0. So cos 0. Okay. So what is the value of cos 0? What is the value of cos 0? Cos 0? What is the value of cos 0? Tell me quickly. What is the value of cos 0?
1.
Yes, very good. 1. This is equal to 1, Puta. Therefore, r squared is equal p squared plus q squared plus, as this is 1, this is equal to pq. Okay, when theta is equal to 0, when theta is equal to 0, r squared is equal to p squared plus q squared plus 2pq. Can you remember something about this? What is this? That's p squared and q squared and 2 times the product of p and q. So what is about this? Can you remember? Can you identify this one? P squared plus 2pq plus q squared. Same thing, no? Can you identify? What is this? Match, okay.
PQ within bracket squared.
Yes, this is equal p plus q, the entire square of the whole square of p plus q, no? So if you expand this one, you will have p squared 2 times p and q, then the q squared. Therefore, this one is equal to p plus q, the entire square of p plus q. So if you take the square root of both sides, you will have r is equal p plus q, That means if there are two vectors acting into the same direction, the resultant vector is the addition of two vectors, no? Actually, we have done this one in through vector addition theorem. The same result can be taken through this equation too. Okay. Then theta 0 means theta equals 0 means p and q are in the same direction. So if two forces are acting in the same direction, the magnitude of resultant force is equal to the addition of two forces. Very simple thing. Okay. This equation can be used, Putha. This is a standard equation. Okay. Write a topic. Topic is special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. Special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. Right under that topic, number 1, when theta is equal 0, then you can write up to this. Okay. Do you understood? Did you understand this one? Did you get it? Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, right. The main topic is special cases of vector parallelogram theorem. Then the case number 1 is when theta is equal to 0. Then you can write this one. Theta equals 0 means p and q are in same direction. Okay. You can draw this one also. Okay. Then the second case. The second case. The second case is when theta is equal 180. When theta is equal 180. When theta is equal 180. This one should be 180. Okay. Okay, look at the board. Have you complete writing this one? Okay, they look at the board. When theta is equal 180, when theta is equal 180 means, if theta is equal 180 means you have to increase this angle up to 180, up to 180, up to 180. You have to increase this angle up to 180. If you increase this angle up to 180, you will have this kind of vector arrangement. No? 180. That means P and Q are directed in opposite directions. No? P and Q are opposite to each other. Then you will have, look at this, R squared equal P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos 180. So what is the value of cos 180? So what is the value of cos 180? Cos 180? Coordinates cos 180. 180. So what is the Cartesian coordinate when it is equal to 180? 180. Go tell me. Cos 180. 180 means this angle. That means you have to take the Cartesian coordinate on the unit circle at this point. So this point is equal to 1 minus 1 0. Therefore cos 180 is equal to the x coordinate of this particular point. That means this is equal to minus 1. Cos 180 is equal to minus 1. Cos 180 is equal to minus 1. So therefore this one is equal to minus 1. So you have to multiply this one by minus 1. So you will have P squared plus Q squared minus 2PQ. Therefore this one will be minus. So this is the whole square of P minus Q. P minus Q. Okay. Then the R is equal to P minus Q. P minus Q. P minus Q. P minus Q. That means here the point. Two forces are acting opposite to each other. Theta 180 means vectors are opposite to each other. Okay. Okay, write this down. When theta is 180. When theta is 180, that means if you have two opposite directions, two opposite forces, then the reaction for the resultant force is equal to the No, actually I didn't get you P and Q means the way of nominating P and Q. Actually there is no any hard and fast rule, okay? Actually, suppose this is P, this is force vector P. If it is P, then this force is Q. Okay. Actually, normally we can draw two forces, something like this. The first force is I can take the first force as the horizontal force. With respect to that horizontal force, you can mark the angle. Okay. Therefore, normally we are taking this horizontal force as P. It is not it is not a hard and fast rule. It is a thumb. Actually, it is a thumb rule. You can interchange these two forces, but we have derived this equation using this arrangement. Therefore, it is better to use this arrangement. Otherwise, you will confuse. Okay. This horizontal force, the horizontal force is P. With respect to that force, you can mark the other force. Okay. Normally, we are given two forces. Normally we are given two forces. No, we are given two forces acting 60 degrees to each other. Okay. Normally, we are given two forces and angle between them. No. Okay. So if we are given two forces, we can mark it as something like this, something like this, something like this. No, 60 degree. 60 degree can be marked. You can use any figure to mark 60 degree between two forces. No, but it is very easy if you mark one force as a horizontal force. With respect to this force, you can mark the angle. Okay. You can mark the angle. Okay. Because we can draw the parallelogram very clearly if one force is horizontal. If one force is a horizontal force, it is very easy to draw a parallelogram. Okay. මේක අර hard rule එකක් නෙවෙයි. නමුත් මේක දැන් මේ විදිහට parallelogram අඳින්න බෑනේ පුතේ මේ. පුළුවන් ඉතින් අඳින්න මේ. ඒ වුණොත් ඉතින් අර තියෙන්නේ ඉතින් මේ අර neatness එක ගැන තමයි ඉතින් කතන්දරේ තියෙන්නේ. neatness එක විතරයි. නැත්නම් ඉතින් mathematically වාට මොන හැඩයට යනද ඔක prove කරගන්න පුළුවන් mathematically. නමුත් අර neatness කතන්දරයක් තියෙනවා. ඒක නිසා ඔයාලට මොකක් හරි angle එකක් mark කරන්න ඕන නම් එක force එකක් horizontal කියලා ගන්න. නැත්නම් vertical කියලා ගත්තත් කමන්නේ. එකක් එක්ක vertical නැත්නම් horizontal කියලා අරගෙන ඒකට relatively mark කරන්න. හරි. අර අපි standard එකක් විදිහට අපි ගන්න horizontal කියලා. horizontal force එකක් mark කරලා ඒකට relatively තමයි angle එක mark කරන්නේ. හරි. Did you get that one?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Suppose you are given two forces acting at the certain point, acting on the certain point, and we are given the angle between two vectors is 60 degree. Okay. You can take the angle between, you are given the angle between two vectors is 60 degree. Now you are asked to mark them in a diagram. You are asked to mark them in a diagram. Okay. So what is the data? What is the data? Data is there are two forces. There are two forces acting at a point. Okay. The angle between two forces is 60 degrees. Those are the information I have. Okay. So I can represent it as in this way, no? This is correct, no? I can represent those forces something like this. You can represent these forces something like this. This is also correct, no? These two forces are acting at this point, and angle between these two forces is 60 degrees. Some another student can represent that two forces something like this. What is the correct one? What is the correct one? All are correct, no? All are correct according to the data, no? Because two forces are acting at a certain point, and angle between two forces is 60 degrees. So all the figures are correct. All the figures are correct. But there are three different figures, no? Three different figures. So there's no any standard. Therefore, we should have a standard to mark them. Okay. Therefore, for neatness, you have to mark one force as a horizontal force. You have to mark one force as a horizontal force. With respect to this force, you can mark the angle and the other force. Okay, this is not a rule, but normally we are marking something like this because actually this is for the neatness. Okay. Otherwise, one student can mark them in this way. Other one can mark them in the second method using second method. Other one can mark them in the third method using the third method. Therefore, you will have different figures. No. Therefore, it is very hard to check them, and otherwise is other thing is it is very difficult to construct a parallelogram when you mark them something like this, no, something like this, it is very hard to construct a parallelogram, no. You actually this is very hard to construct a parallelogram and take some geometrical relationships. But if you mark them in this way, it is very easy to construct a parallelogram and take geometrical relationship. Did you get my point? Did you get my point? Thank you. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට force systems තියෙනවා. දැන් ඊළඟට අපි කතා කරන force systems ගැන. force system එක normal question එකක් දෙනකොටම question එකේ කියනවා first force එක මේ horizontal force එකක් කියලා consider කරන්න කියලා. හරිද? එහෙම නැත්නම් සාමාන්‍ය force system එකක් දීලා හිතන්නකො forces 5ක් විතර දුන්නා කියලා. forces 5ක් විතර දීලා ඒ forces අතර angles ටික දුන්නා කියලා හිතන්න. එහෙම දීලා resultant force එක හොයලා හිතන්න. ඒ වගේ වෙලාවක ඕගොල්ලෝ අනිවාර්යෙන් ඕගොල්ලෝ consider කරන first force එක එක්ක horizontal කියලා ගන්න නැත්නම් vertical කියලා ගන්න. දෙක එකක් ගන්න. හරිද? ඒකට relatively mark කරගෙන යන්න. හරි? එහෙම නැත්නම් එහෙම ජීවිතේට ඕගොල්ලන්ට mark කරගන්න බෑ මේක. හරි? හොඳයි. I think I can erase this one, no? Okay. The third case. The third case is theta is equal to 90. Theta is equal to 90. That means this one. Theta is equal to 90. If theta is equal to 90, if theta is equal to 90, you can clearly see if you construct the parallelogram, if you construct a parallelogram, if you consider a parallelogram, it will be a rectangle, no? It will be a rectangle. It will be a rectangle. So, this is the diagonal. This is the diagonal. If it is Q, this one also Q. This angle is 90. This angle should be 90. Okay. A, B, C, D. Actually, before we applying this, before we substituting this value into the equation, you can derive the magnitude of R using Pythagoras theorem. No? Look at this. This side is P, this side is Q, this side is P, this side is Q. Therefore, R square should be equal to the P squared plus Q squared. P squared plus Q squared. Okay. This one is alpha. This one is alpha. But I can substitute this value into the equation. R squared is equal P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos theta. If you substitute 90 degree into this equation, you will have P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos 90. Cos 90. You know the value of cos 90. What is the value of cos 90? What is the value of cos 90? Cos 90 is equal to 0. It is equal to 0. So this part is may equal to 0. Then R squared is equal P squared plus Q squared. P squared plus Q squared. R squared is equal P squared plus Q squared. That means R is P squared plus Q square root of P squared plus Q squared. This equation can be used as a standard equation. The other two equations also may use as a standard equations. Okay. The same thing can be determined using the Pythagoras theorem. Using the Pythagoras theorem, you can determine the same thing. Look at this. If you apply the Pythagoras theorem into ABC triangle, Pythagoras theorem to ABC triangle. If you apply Pythagoras theorem to ABC triangle, you will have P squared plus Q squared is equal to R squared. No. You will have R squared is equal to P squared plus Q squared. Okay. The same thing you will have using, if you apply the Pythagoras theorem, you will have the same thing. Okay? Look at this. Now you can determine the R using this one. Tan alpha. How to determine tan alpha? You know tan alpha is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. Opposite side over the adjacent side. In here, opposite side is equal to Q, no? It is equal to Q. It is equal to Q. The adjacent side is equal to P. Therefore, tan alpha is equal to Q over P. Tan alpha is equal to Q over P. Okay. So when theta is equal to 90, when theta is equal to 9, that means if there are two perpendicular forces, if there are two perpendicular vectors acting on the same point, you can take the resultant of that vectors is from this equation. And angle of resultant force, the direction of resultant force can be determined using this equation. Okay. Those are standard equations. Okay. Copy it down. Did you get this one? How I simplify this one? Did you get this one? I need your response. If you understood, please give me a thumb. Thank you. Thank you. Once you complete writing, please let me know. Okay. Shall I erase this one? And shall I erase this one? Okay. The fourth application or fourth is special case. Fourth one is when P equal Q. When P equal Q. Tell me. When P equal Q, what would be our parallelogram? What type of parallelogram? If P equal Q, if P equal Q, you will have what type of parallelogram? Tell me. P equal Q. Look at this. This is Q. This is P. So if P equal Q, then what type of parallelogram is it? Tell me answer. P equal Q means this side and this side is equal. No? If you construct a parallelogram using these two sides, then you will have this kind of parallelogram, no? So as this is you know, AD and BC are two opposite sides. Therefore, the length of AD and BC should be equal. According to the same argument, AB and DC are two opposite sides of parallelogram. Therefore, the length of AB should be equal to length of DC. Okay. Yes. Very good. That is the answer. Therefore, this should be a rhombus. No, rhombus, because this parallelogram, the sides of this parallelogram are equal to each other. No. Therefore, this kind of parallelogram is a rhombus. No. This is a rhombus. Therefore, when P equal Q, we will have a rhombus. This is very important theory. When P equal Q, we will have a rhombus. You know about the diagonals. You know about the diagonals of rhombus. What can you say about the diagonals of rhombus? If it is a rhombus, those diagonals should be perpendicularly bisected. No? This one should be equal. This should be, this one should be, and this should be perpendicular to each other. If it is a rhombus, this should be perpendicular, bisected to each other. And through this AC diagonal, this angle, DAB angle, also divided into two sectors, two equal two parts. Okay, this is a bisector of this angle too. This is theta over 2. This is theta over 2. Look at this. Now I can take this one is O. This side is X. This side is OA length. OA length. Look at this. I have taken OA length. OA length is equal to X. If it is X, this one also X. Because OA is equal to OC. Therefore, if OA is equal to X, OC also X. Okay. My assumption is if AO is equal to X, if AO is equal to X, OC also equal to X. OC also equal to X. OC also equal to X. Reason is as this is a rhombus. As this is a rhombus, two diagonals are perpendicularly bisected each other. Bisected each other. Therefore, this is a perpendicular bisector. Therefore, if it is X, this one also X. Okay. Did you understand? Did you take my point? But agga respond එක ඕනි. මොකද එකින් එක මේක this is a very important theorem. This is very important theorem පුතා. Therefore, I need your response from each yeah, thank you. Others? Dekai. What about others?
Understood, sir.
Thank you. Okay. That means OA is X, OC is also X. That means O to C length should be equal to 2X. That means, A to C length should be equal to 2X. Therefore, A to C length should be equal to 2X. A to C length means the magnitude of the resultant force, no? So that is equal to resultant force. So R is equal to 2X here. Did you get this point? R is equal to X.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Others? Thank you. Only two. Okay. Now, if I find X, then I will have the value of R, no? Look at this. Now you have to consider this and this triangle. Listen very carefully. ABO triangle. ABO triangle. I will extract that triangle and draw separately. This is a perpendicular. ABO. AO length is X. AO length is X. This angle is theta over 2. Theta over 2. Okay. This one is P. This length is P. This length is P. Okay. Look at this one. I know this value, no? P value I know because it is given. Theta value also I know also theta value, no? Theta is also given. Therefore, I can determine the theta over 2. If I know the value of theta, suppose value of theta is 60, then theta over 2 means 30. Therefore, if I know the value of theta, then I can determine the theta over 2. Therefore, theta over 2 and P are the known values. So using those known value, known values, I can determine x. Look at this. With respect to theta over 2, relative to theta over 2, x is the adjacent side, no? X is the adjacent side, P is the hypotenuse. This is the adjacent side, this is the hypotenuse. Therefore, x, P and theta over 2 are combined through cos theta, cos values, no? So I can write from AOB triangle, from AOB triangle, I can write cos theta over 2. Cos theta over 2. Look at this. Cos theta over 2 means cos theta over 2. No? Look at this. Cos theta over 2. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is the cos value of theta over 2 angle. Okay? The cos value of theta over 2 angle. That means, suppose theta is 60. Theta is 60. If theta is 60, theta over 2 means 30. Therefore, this means cos value of theta over 2 angle. Okay? ඔගොල්ලෝ simplify කරනකොට පටලවා ගන්න එපා. මේක මේ අර cos theta over 2 නෙවෙයි. cos theta over 2 නෙවෙයි. ඒක නිසා මේ 2 මෙහෙම cancel out කරන්න බෑ. This is not cos theta over 2. This is not cos theta over 2. This means cos theta over 2. Cos theta over 2 means the cos value of theta over 2 angle. මේකේ තේරුම theta over 2 angle එකේ cos value එක කියන එක. හරිද? එහෙම නැත්නම් cos theta over 2 කියන එක නෙවෙයි. හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න එක. Therefore, cos value of theta over 2 angle is equal to AO divided by AB. AO over AB. AO over AB. Therefore, cos theta over 2 is equal, AO means X, OB means P. So I can determine the value of X. X is equal P cos theta over 2. P cos theta over 2. P cos theta over 2. If X is equal to P cos theta over 2, R is equal to 2 times X. Therefore, R is equal to 2 times P cos theta over 2. Look at this. This is very important equation. Very important equation. You can use this equation in MCQs. Okay. Very important equation. If there are two equal forces, R is equal to 2 times the magnitude of one force and cos value of the half angle. Cos value of the half angle. Half angle means, suppose this angle is 60, so I have to take 30. Suppose this value is 90, I have to take 45. If theta is 180, I have to take 90. If this value is 60, theta is 60, I have to take, if theta is 120, I have to take 60. Therefore, R is equal to 2 times the magnitude of one force and cos value of the half angle. Cos value of the half angle. Did you get my point? There,
Yes, sir.
others? Thank you. මම මෙතන වෙන කිසිම මැජික් එකක් කරේ නෑ මේ ට්‍රයිඇන්ගල් එකට cos theta x add කරලා cos theta දාපු විතරයි කරේ cos values හොයපු විතරයි කරේ මේ triangle එකේ මේ angle එක theta over 2. Therefore, I have to take cos value of theta over 2. Okay. Okay, you can write this one. You can note down. Okay. Have you complete writing? Have you complete writing? Okay, shall I erase this one? Coco, I need your response. Have you complete writing? No, still writing. Okay. Look at this. Now this is the resultant for no. And now direction is equal to theta over 2. Now direction is equal to theta over 2. Okay. Direction is equal to theta over 2. This angle is theta over 2 ne putta. Therefore, direction you can write under this. Direction is equal to theta over 2. The direction is equal to theta over 2 angle. Okay. You can write this under after writing this one, you can write the direction. Direction is now theta over 2. Okay. Right under that, okay, right under that, when P is equal Q, when P is equal Q, when P is equal Q, the parallelogram becomes a rhombus. The parallelogram becomes a rhombus. As it is a rhombus, the vertex angles are bisected by the relevant diagonals, by the relevant diagonals. And diagonals are perpendicularly bisected each other. Therefore, R is equal to 2 times magnitude of a vector into cos value of half angle. Cos value of half angle. Okay, you can write this. Therefore, the resultant force is equal to 2 times magnitude of one vector into cos value of half angle. when you write in cos theta over 2, when you write in cos theta over 2, please write within the brackets, okay? Within that means cos value of theta over 2 angle, cos value of theta over 2 angle, okay? That is not equal to the cos value of theta over 2. That is not equal to this one, okay? Write down it as a note. Write down it as a note, okay? Once you write this one, write this note. Write this note. Cos theta over 2 is unequal cos theta over 2. These are two different terms. Those are two different terms. This one means the cos value of theta over 2 angle. This means cos value of theta angle over 2. Okay. This means cos value of theta over 2 angle. This means cos value of theta angle divided by 2. Okay. This means cos value of theta over 2 angle. This means cos value of theta angle divided by 2. Two different terms. Okay. You can write this note, okay? Okay. Shall I erase this one? Shall I erase this one? මම මේක මකන්නද? මේක ලියාගත්තද? Okay. We can take some examples, okay? We can do some examples here. Look at this. Here, my equation is 2p cos theta over 2. 2p cos theta over 2 my equation. Look at, if theta is 60, then the half angle should be equal to 30. Okay. Then the resultant force should be equal 2 times p cos 30. Cos 30. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 over 2. Root 3 over 2 means 2p root 3 over 2. 2 to 2 will be cancelled out. Then the answer will be root 3p. Root 3 times p. Root 3 times p. Then, if you are given, suppose if you are given something like this kind of question. Suppose there are two forces acting on the same point, and the resultant force of that there are two forces, magnitude of P, acting on the same point, and the resultant of these two forces is equal to root 3 times p. Then you are asked to find the angle between two forces. The angle between two forces. Definitely, it would be 60 degree, no? It would be 60 degree. So, if you are given this kind of question in the MCQ paper, definitely you can take it at once, okay? Suppose, if theta is 90 degree, half angle is 45. Half angle is 45. Half angle is 45. So, R is equal 2p cos 45. 2p cos 45. Cos 45 means 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2. So, this will be cancelled out. It will become root 2. Therefore, root 2 times p. Root 2 times p. Root 2 times p. Suppose the angle between two forces is equal 180. Therefore, the half angle is 60. Half angle is 60. Then R is equal 2p cos 60. 2p cos 60 means 2p into half. That means p. This is very important one. This is very important one. You should remember this one. This is very important one. Very important one. If there are two forces, two equal forces acting on the same point, and the resultant is also equal to the magnitude of one force, that means those two forces are acting at the angle which is equal to 120. Which is equal to 120. ටක් ගාලා ගන්න පුළුවන් එක එකපාර ගන්න පුළුවන්. අනිවාර්යයෙන් 120 degree වලින් angle එකක් ඇතුව තියෙනවා නම් same forces දෙකක් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ මොකක්ද resultant එකත් ඒ force එකම තමයි. You should remember this one. You should remember this one. This is very important figure. Okay. Very important. Then 180. So if the angle is equal 180, the half angle is 90. Half angle is 90. So R is equal 2p cos 90. 2p cos 90. Cos 90, you know the value of cos 90, it is equal 0. It is equal 0. So then this should be equal to 0. Actually, you know this thing, no? If there are two forces acting opposite to each other, then the resultant should be 0. 180 degree means those two forces are acting opposite to each other. Two same forces are acting opposite to each other. Definitely, the resultant force should be 0. This is something like this. This is something like this. 5 Newton here and 5 Newton here. Five Newton to this side and 5 Newton to this side. This is something like this. Two forces acting opposite to each other. Okay, you can complete this. You can copy this table. Okay. මතක තියාගන්න අද තමයි මේ වෙක්ටර් ලෙසන් එකේ ඉම්පෝටන්ට්ම ලෙසන් එක කරේ අද. හරිද? මේ අර ස්පෙෂල් කේසස් වලින් තමයි අපි MCQs වලට ගොඩාක් එන්නේ පුතේ. ඒක නිසා මේවා අපිට අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔළුවේ තියෙන්න ඕනි. මේ ස්පෙෂල් කේසස් ටික. මොකද නැත්තම් MCQ හදනවා කියන එක නිකන් නයිට්මෙයාර් එකක් තමයි. හරි. හරිද? Have you complete writing? Hold on. Okay. Write at the board. Okay. හරි. I will share this tute with you. Then you can do. I will give you the questions that you have to do. Then you have to try it. Okay. Look at this. Two forces acting on a point have magnitude 8 Newton and 6 Newton are perpendicular to each other, and find the magnitude and direction of the resultant force. Now you can, if you have this kind of question, just draw a small sketch. Then you can apply the equation. Two forces acting on the same point. One is 8 Newton, other one is 6 Newton. Those are perpendicular to each other. Those are perpendicular to each other. Okay, those are perpendicular to each other. So if you draw this figure, you will have this kind of arrangement. Those are perpendicular to each other. That means you can simply take the R using the Pythagoras theorem, no? Using the Pythagoras theorem. So R square is equal to the 8 squared plus 6 squared, because 6 is something like here. Therefore, R squared is equal 8 squared plus 6 squared. That means R is equal to 100 root 2. Because this is 64. 64 plus 36 is 100. Therefore, R is equal to the square root of 100. That means 10 Newton. 10 Newton. Then simply you can take the angle. This is alpha. If it is alpha, tan alpha is equal 6 over 8. 6 over 8. Okay. 6 over 8. Tan alpha is equal 6 over 8. That means 3 over 4. So alpha is equal tan inverse 3 over 4. Okay. So the first thing you have to do, simply draw a simple sketch. So in this case, this is perpendicular arrangement. So if this is 6, this side also 6, because this is a rectangle. So if this side is 6, this side also 6. So you can take the R using the Pythagoras theorem. 8 squared plus 6 squared is equal to R squared. Okay. Then tan alpha is equal 6 over 8. You can take this one. Okay. I will share this institute homework ටික මම එවන්නම් එමුත් එහෙම. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding this today's lesson? Because today is the most important lesson because after that we have to do some examples. Therefore, after this lesson we will do some examples here. So as a theory part, today is the most important thing. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding this? Class නවත්තන්න කලින් අපි කියමු මොකක් හරි අහන තැනක් තියෙනවද? All clear. All clear. Okay. Okay, Buddha. Now we can complete today's lesson. I think I will upload this video and please go through this video. If you have any question or if you have anything to clear, please go through this video, the recordings. And if you have any questions to ask, please ask me before the next week. Okay, before the next week, because this is very important thing. We will do some very important questions in our next class. Okay. Okay. Then we can complete today's lesson, everyone. So have a nice day. Okay.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, Puta. You are welcome.